Welcome back, squad. I'm tired. Week 16, 3 loves, 3 hates. Let's get on with it. Three guys I love, 3 guys I hate for this week. Let's go. Up first is Jared Goff versus the Steelers. The Steelers are bottom 7 over the last 4 weeks in points given up to the quarterback position in fantasy, and Goff plays at home in a dome. Does that rhyme? Home dome. The Steelers are averaging around 19 fantasy points a game given up to quarterbacks. This is a good game for him. The Steelers offense can score a decent amount, especially against the Lions defense, which struggles against a lot of things besides the run. I like Jared Goff. Up next is Brenton Strange versus the Broncos. The Broncos are last in targets to the tight end position overall, and they're bottom 5 in fantasy points a game given up to the position over the last 4 weeks. They're sneaky bad, which is interesting because they're really good against wide receivers, so it's interesting to note. Now, there is a lot of mouths to feed in Jacksonville. I always worry about that. I feel decently enough about Strange to start him this week, especially because I'll go into someone I don't want to start against Denver this week later. Now we're back to Old Faithful. It's the Chargers wide receivers against Dallas. You know the drill. The Dallas Cowboys are last in fantasy points a game given up to the wide receiver position. Yeah, Herbert has no time to throw. That always scares me a little bit. Yes, there's a lot of mouths to feed, but overall I think they will be successful. Lots of points will be scored. I think QJ can bounce back if he plays this week, which is always good to see. Leaves room for my boy to do successful, and by successful I mean like 6 targets, 5 catches, 40 yards. What's not to love? Chargers against the Cowboys. And on to the hates. The first one is Jaylen Warren against the Lions defense. Lions defense is number 1 against running backs, and Warren only had a 45% snap share this past week. Kenneth Gainwell's making his way into this team and making an impact, so I don't trust him. I don't feel good about his matchup. I don't feel great about Gainwell either, but at least they're going to throw the ball to him. On the inverse, the Cowboys wide receivers versus the Chargers defense. Over the last 6 weeks, one wide receiver has scored over 13 fantasy points against the Chargers defense. Do you want to guess who it is? AJ Brown. I think CeeDee Lamb is better than AJ Brown. Do I think George Pickens is better than AJ Brown? Do I? I don't actually... I don't know. I don't know what I think. This is a loaded conversation. That's not the point. The point is the Chargers are second in fantasy points given up to wide receivers this year. They are a good defense. I'm not worried about CD necessarily, but the rest of this offense I'm a little concerned about. And the last one, he gets the Pat Surtain shadow. It's BTJ. And that's pretty much the main reason I don't like him, because he will be shadowed, because they have a lot of mouths to feed. He had a decent week this past week, but I don't feel amazing about it. He's had 7 targets and 6 targets these past 2 weeks since he's come back from injury. It's just tricky. It's tricky with him. You don't feel great about his situation. Jacoby is the one, I think, now moving forward, which is tough too. And I think Brenton Strange is going to have a good week, or at least a decent week. So there's a lot of mouths to feed and not a lot of room for him. Surtain is a very good corner. BTJ is good, and I think he's going to get targets, but I don't think he's going to get a lot of catches. So I'm hesitant to trust him this week. Anyway, that's who I love, who I hate. Let me know who you are in or out on this week. Good luck in the fantasy playoffs. We will talk to you soon.